Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Now go to miscellaneous problems. Today I am going to complete miscellaneous problem including CET problems. 11th problem, given a non-empty set X, let star from P of X cross P of X to P of X be defined as A star B is equal to A minus B union B minus A. For all AB belongs to P of X, show that the empty set pi is the identity for the operation star and all the elements A of P of X are invertible with A inverse equal to A. Here given a non-empty set X here, P of X means power set of X means the set of all subsets of X. Here binary operation star defined like this here. So here we have to prove that pi is the identity element and we have to prove that all the elements of set A are invertible with A inverse equal to A. So here given that here A star B is equal to A minus B union B minus A for all A comma B belongs to P of X means power set of X. Our binary operation defined here means here A star B which is equal to A minus B union B minus A got it. A star B which is equal to A minus B union B minus A got it. First I am going to prove here empty set is the identity element here, empty set. So now I am taking A star null set because here we have to prove that null set is the identity element. Correct. A star null set I am taking here. Next, null set star A. Correct. We know the definition. A star E equal to A, E star A equal to A. A star E equal to A, E star A equal to A. Then we say that here E is called the identity element. Therefore, here in place of P, I am taking here pi. In place of capital A, here small a. A star null set here. Our binary operation defined means A star B which is equal to A minus B union B minus A. Here A star B equal to null set. Here A star B equal to A minus B equal to null set. Union B minus A means null set minus C which is equal to. Then what about A minus null set? A minus null set, the elements which are in there but not in null set. Null set means there is no element in null set. Therefore, A minus null set equal to A. Next, null set minus A. The elements which are in null set but not in A means there is no element in null set. Therefore, clearly which is null set. Correct. A minus null set A union null set minus A. Null set minus A null set. A union null set clearly A. All the elements of set A and a null set means a no element in null set. Therefore, clearly A union null set equal to set A. Similarly, pi star A here, A star B, A star B, A minus B means pi minus A union A minus A pi. Null set minus A equal to null set. Union A minus null set A. Null set union set A equal to A. Correct. So therefore A star null set which is equal to A. Pi star A equal to A. Got it in two cases. For all A belongs to P of X power set. A star A mind it. A star E equal to A. A star equal to A. Here. E star A equal to A. Then we say that here pi is the identity element. Got it here. A star E. Compare this. Equal to A. Means here E equal to null set. It is the identity element. Therefore, here pi it belongs to P of X is the identity element. A second part here. Second part, show that all the elements A of P of X are invertible with A inverse equal to A. First I am writing invertible definition and then I am going to prove A inverse equal to A. An element, let me take A belongs to P of X is invertible if there exists an element B in P of X such that A star B equal to identity element, B star A equal to identity element. Mind it, inverse definition. A star B equal to identity element, B star A equal to identity element. Then we say that B is called the inverse of A. Inverse definition. Here also same. A star B called identity element. Here which is the identity element? Pi is the identity element. Right. Where pi is the identity element. Correct. This is the definition of inverse. Here we have to prove that all the elements of set A is invertible means here clearly B equal to A. Here B is called inverse of A. B is called inverse of A means here B equal to suppose A. We get A equal to A inverse. Therefore I am taking A star A. Consider A star. Because here I have to prove that A equal to A inverse. Consider A star A. Here how binary operation defined? A star B which is equal to A minus B union B minus A. A star A minus B equal to A minus A union B minus A, again A minus A. Here A minus A, the difference of same sets equal to clearly null set. Null set union A minus A null set. Null set union null set, null set. Correct. A star A equal to null set means clearly we say that this A is called, because pi is the identity element, therefore this A is called inverse of A. Inverse of A that is equal to A. A is called, this A is called is equal to inverse of A. Therefore here we say that all the elements of set A in P of X are invertible. Okay. A star A equal to null set means A is called the inverse of A. Directly you can say that. Therefore all the elements of set A are invertible. Got it. So miscellaneous problems. So next to miscellaneous problem, objective problem. Twelfth problem. Let set A equal to 1, 2, 3. The number of relations containing 1, 2 and 1, 3 which are reflexive and symmetric but not transitive is A option 1, B option 2, C option 3, D option 4. So here we have set A equal to 1, 2, 3. The number of relations containing, that relation must containing 1, 2 and 1, 3. which are reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. We have to take, we have to find number of relations that must containing two elements 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 3, which are not reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. We know that reflexive means every element of set related to itself. Symmetric means AB belongs to R, then BA belongs to R. Transitive means AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC belongs to R, means relation is transitive. So relation means for it is to be reflexive, here every element of set related to itself. Therefore here must include 1 comma 1. 2 belongs to M is 2 comma 2 must belongs to R. 3 belongs to M is 3 comma 3 must belongs to R. Correct. It must containing include these two elements here, 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 3. So clearly it is reflexive because these three elements belongs to R. Clearly it is reflexive. Is it symmetric here? We have to take example for both reflexive and symmetric here. 1 2 belongs to R but 2 1 not belongs to R. Therefore it is not symmetric. For it is to be symmetric, you must include 2 comma 1. 2 comma 1. Correct. Next, here 1 comma 3 belongs to R. 3 comma 1 doesn't belongs to R, means it is not symmetric. For it is to be symmetric, you must include 3 comma 1. Correct. Well, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1 belongs to relation. 1 comma 3, 3 comma 1 belongs to relation. Okay. Clearly it is symmetric. Is it transitive? You have to take example for not transitive. Suppose here, if you take here 3 comma 1 or 1 comma 2. Since 3 comma 1 here and 1 comma 2 belongs to R. Correct. Belongs to R. Here mid elements are equal here. Then 3 comma 2 belongs to R, means it is transitive. Is it belongs to R? 3 comma 2 is not belongs to R. Therefore R is not transitive. Correct. So clearly it is a reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. How many relations possible means only one relation possible. Other relation cannot be defined. Other relation means if you want to include, if you include 3 comma 2, 2 comma 3 means it will be an equivalence. Correct. Therefore here only one relation is possible. Therefore clearly the number of relations only one. The option is the right option. Next, 13th problem. Let set A equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, then number of equivalence relations containing 1 comma 2 is A equal to 1, B option 2, C option 3, D option 4. Set A equal to 1, 2, 3, then number of equivalence relations containing 1 comma 2. It must containing 1 comma 2. Correct. Equivalence relation means it satisfies reflexive, symmetric and transitive. For it is to be reflexive, 1, 2, 3 belongs to M is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3 must belongs to relation. But here it must contain 1 comma 2, include 1 comma 2. For it is to be symmetric, you must include 2 comma 1. Correct. Is it an equivalence relation? Well, it is reflexive, symmetric. Is it transitive? Here middle elements are equal. Then clearly 1 comma 1 belongs to, therefore it is transitive. Clearly it is an equivalence relation. Next relation, second relation. For it is to be reflexive, include 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. Here you must include 1 comma 2. Here given the relation containing 1 comma 2. For it is to be symmetric, you must include 2 comma 1. These two are same. For different relation, you must, I am going to include some elements here. 1 comma 3. For it is to be symmetric, you must include 3 comma 1. Clearly, it is a reflexive, transitive, means symmetric. Is it transitive? Is it transitive means here? Suppose 2 comma 1, 1 comma 3 here. 2 comma 1, 1 comma 3 means 2, 3 not belongs to R. Therefore, for it is to be symmetric, you must include 2, 3. Means again for it is to be symmetric, for it is to be transitive, you must include 2, 3. For it is to be symmetric, you must include again 3, 2. Correct. How many relations possible? Means 2 relations, R1 and R2 are equivalence relations. Therefore, the number of equivalence relation that must containing this 1, 2 element is 1, 2. Then B option is the right option. Last problem of miscellaneous. 14th one. Number of binary operations on the set A, B are A option 10, B option 16, C option 20, D option 8. Number of binary operations on the set. Let X A equal to set A, B. Binary operation means here A cross A to A, coordination product to A. It is also a function. A number of binary operations is nothing but a number of functions here. Correct. Because binary operation it is a function. Therefore, number of binary operations which is equal to what means a number of functions from where this A cross A to A is given by number of elements of codomain. Here codomain is set A. Power number of elements of domain here. Here domain is coordination product n of A cross A. Correct. N of A power n of A cross A means this can be written as n of A into n of A. Correct. How many elements contained in say given set? 2. Number of elements in given set is 2. Substitute n of A equal to 2. 2 power here n of A equal to 2. Here n of A equal to 2. 2 power 4, 16. 16 means clearly B option is the right option. Got it? This chapter has been completed. Now I am going to do some CET problems. I am going to complete this chapter today. Continuation of last class, CET problems. CET problems, 94th problem. So before going to 94th problem, I am going to explain one concept, mind it. How to define even and odd function, mind it. Note down this. Even function. Next, odd function. Even function means a function f of x is said to be even function if f of minus x equal to f of x for all x belongs to domain of the function. That's it. F of minus x equal to f of x means for all x belongs to domain of the function. Then we say that here f is an even function. Mind it, even function. For example, one example I am taking. Let us take f of x equal to cos x. Correct. Replacing x by minus x, f of minus x. Cos of replacing x by minus x. Cos of minus x is cos x. Here cos x equal to what? F of x here. Correct. F of minus x equal to f of x. Therefore, here cos x or f of x is an even function. Next, odd function. A function f of x is said to be an odd function if f of minus x equal to minus of f of x for all x belongs to domain. A function f is said to be an odd function if f of minus x which is equal to minus f of x. Example, Let us take f of x equal to sin x. Here replacing x by minus x, f of minus x, sin of minus x. Sin of minus x is minus sin x. Minus sin x f of x. Correct here. F of minus x equal to minus f of x. Then this function here, f of x is add function, means here sin x. Therefore, sin x is an add function. Got it. Even function means f of minus x equal to f of x. Add function means f of minus x equal to minus f of x. Got it. Now I am going to 94th problem. The period of the function f of x equal to sin pi x divided by n minus 1 plus cos of pi x divided by n, where n belongs to z, is A option 2 pi n into n minus 1, B option 4 pi into n minus 1, C option 2n into n minus 1, D option none of this. So we have to find period of the function f of x equal to sin of pi x divided by n minus 1 plus cos of pi x by n. Denominator here means here n belongs to integer, n is an integer. Shortcut method I am taking here. First I am separately I am finding period of sin and cos and taking LCM of sin and cos, we get period of the given function. Correct. First I am taking here period of sin of pi x divided by n minus 1 is, mind it. What is the period of sin? We know that 2 pi, sin of 2 pi plus x equal to sin x. Period of sin function is 2 pi. 2 pi, take 2 pi divided by the coefficient of x here. What is the coefficient of x? Pi divided by n minus 1. Take pi divided by n minus 1. 2 pi, taking it to the numerator, it becomes n minus 1 divided by pi. Pi gets cancelled, 2 into n minus 1. This is period of sin. Similar period of cos. What is the period of cos? We know that 2 pi. Here, other than x here we have pi x by n, means we take like this shortcut method formula. Period of cos equal to take 2 pi divided by, what is the coefficient of x here? X coefficient pi by n divided by pi by n. 2 pi, taking into numerator, it becomes n by pi. Pi gets cancelled, 2 into n, 2n. Therefore, now take here period of given function. Period of given function f of x, which is equal to the LCM of the sin and cos. What is the LCM of here? Sin and cos. LCM of sin function here, sin function, period sin function, 2 into n minus 1, and here period of cos is 2n. Take here 2 common means here it contains in both factors, means take 2 different factors, n minus 1 into n. This is the period of a given function. Got it. 2 n into n minus 1. Got it. How to find period of sin means take 2 pi divided by x coefficient here, pi by n minus 1. Simplify, you get 2 into n minus 1. Period of cos function, which is equal to 2 pi divided by the coefficient of x here, pi by n. Simplify, you get 2n. And period of this function, given function, is nothing but LCM of here. LCM of sin and cos periods, 2 into n minus 1 and 2n. Clearly 2 contains in both factors. Next n minus 1 and different product of 2 into n minus 1 into n. Clearly which is the right option is C option is the right option. Next, 95th problem. The function f of x, which is equal to 1 plus 2 power x whole square divided by 2 power x is A option an odd function, B option an even function, C option a one function, D option none of this. None of this. So here we have f of x equal to 1 plus 2 power x whole square divided by 2 power x. Verify whether it is odd function or even function. Odd function means f of minus x equal to f of x minus f of x, means here f of x is odd function. F of minus x equal to plus f of x, means here f of x is even function. Replacing here x by l, minus x on both sides. F of minus x, here 1 plus 2 power minus x whole square divided by here 2 power minus x. 1 plus 2 power minus x can be written as 1 by 2 power x whole square divided by 2 power minus x 1 by 2 power x. Taking LCM is 2 power x, 1 into 2 power x, 2 power x plus 1 whole square divided by 1 by 2 power x. See here, you taking it to numerator, what happens here? 1 by 2 power x, 2 power x by 1, correct, into here 2 power x plus 1 whole square divided by 2 power x whole square. This can be written as numerator whole square by denominator whole square. 2 power x square gets cancelled. 2 power x plus 1 whole square divided by 2 power x. Clearly, 2 power x plus 1 whole square by 2 power x, this is f of x. F of minus x. F of minus x equal to plus f of x, means here f of x is an, what about even function? F of x is an even function. Clearly, B option is the right option. So next, 96th problem. The function f of x equal to sine of log of x plus root of x square plus 1 is A option an even function, B option an odd function, C option neither even nor odd. Neither even nor odd. D option a periodic function. Periodic function. So here we have f of x sine of log of x plus root of x square plus 1. Some mind it. Verify whether it is an even function or odd function. Replacing your x by minus x. X by minus x. Then f of minus x, which is equal to sine of log of here x by minus x plus x by minus x whole square plus 1. Sine of log of, first root term I am taking, root of x square here, minus square plus x square plus 1 minus x. Multiply and divide by here. Multiply and divide by, I am rationalizing the numerator here. Multiply and divide by root of x square plus 1 plus x divided by root of x square plus 1 plus x. Sine of log of, yeah, this is a minus b into a plus b. A minus b into a plus b a square minus b square. A square root of x square plus 1 whole square minus b square x square. Divided by denominator as it is root of x square plus 1 plus x. Square square cancel. Here you get x square plus 1 minus x square. Remaining here x square minus x square cancel. 1 here log 1 by n remaining 1. We have formula log m by n directly I am writing log m minus log n. Correct. Log m minus log n here. Sign of directly I am writing log numerator log 1 minus log of denominator log of root of x square plus 1 plus x. Correct. Log 1 value 0. Sin of minus theta form. Sin of minus theta minus sin theta minus sin of here log of root of x square plus 1 plus x. Correct. F of minus x which is equal to minus sin of log of root of x square plus 1 plus x. This is f of x minus this is f of x. F of minus x equal to minus f of x means clearly your f of x is an odd function. Odd function means clearly B option is the right option. So next 97th problem. Let f be a function satisfying to f of sin x plus f of cos x equal to x. Then A option df means domain of f to close interval minus pi by 2 comma plus pi by 2. B option domain of f equal to close interval minus 1 comma 1. C option range of f equal to close interval 0 comma pi. D option none of this. D option none of this. So here we have 2 into f of sin x plus f of cos x equal to x called as equation 1. And we are replacing here x by pi by 2 minus x because here we are both sin x cos x contains in the given function. Therefore I am replacing here. Replace x by pi by 2 minus x. Correct. 2 into f of sin of x by pi by 2 minus x plus f of cos of x by pi by 2 minus x equal to x. Here x by and right side also pi by 2 minus x. For sin of 90 minus theta cos theta. Sin of 90 minus x cos x plus cos of 90 minus x sin x. RHS as it is pi by 2 minus x called as equation 2. I am solving equations 1 and 2 here. From one f of cos x coefficient here 1, here f of cos x coefficient 2. Therefore multiplying equation 1 on both sides by 2. Equation 1 by 2 minus equation 2. I am multiplying on both sides by 2 here. 2 into 4 f of sin x plus 2 into f of cos x, 2 into x to x minus equation 2. This is the equation 2. 2 f of cos x plus f of sin x equal to pi by 2 minus x. Minus here, plus become minus, plus become minus, plus become minus, minus become plus. 2 f of cos x minus 2 f of cos x gets cancelled. 4 f of sin x minus f of sin x, 4 minus 1, 3. 3 f of sin x. 2x plus x, 3x minus 5. F coefficient 3 means divide by 3 on both sides. 3 cancels. F of sin x equal to 3 cancels x. Divided by 3 means it goes to denominator pi by 6. F of sin x, which is equal to x minus pi by 6. What is the domain of the function? Means clearly sin x is the domain of the function. Mind it. Therefore, you take domain of f equal to sin x. What is the range of sin x here? Domain of function is here sin x. Here sin x total range closed interval minus 1 comma 1. Correct. Therefore, domain of f equal to closed interval minus 1 comma 1. Finish. Clearly, here B option, here also B option is the right option. Note it. So next, 98th problem. Let y equal to f of x be a function satisfying f of x plus 1 by x equal to x square plus 1 by x square. X is not equal to 0. Then A option, domain of f equal to R. B option, domain of f equal to R minus open interval minus 2 comma 2. C option, range of f equal to R closed open interval 2 comma infinity. D option, R closed open interval minus 2 comma infinity. So here we have f of x plus 1 by x equal to x square plus 1 by x square. X which is not equal to 0. What is the domain of here f means x plus 1 by x? Correct. X value is not equal to 0 because when x equal to 0, denominator becomes 0. Denominator equal to 0 means that ratio will not be defined. Correct. So one thing mind it, very important thing. Your domain x plus 1 by x is always greater than or equal to 2 when x is positive, non-negative, when x is greater than 0. X greater than 0, you take any real number, the sum of your x and 1 by x value equal to 2 or greater than 2. Very important condition. And x plus 1 by x less than or equal to minus 2 when x less than 0. X less than 0, you take any number, means negative real numbers, then sum of your x and 1 by x value is equal to minus 2 or less than minus 2. This domain here, domain of the function here. So clearly, this domain value greater than or equal to 2. 2 here minus 2. Equal to 2 or greater than 2. Equal to minus 2, less than minus 2 means up to minus infinity. Correct. This is domain. Your domain equal to x plus 1 by x. Therefore, I am writing directly domain of f which is equal to here all the real numbers except between minus 2 and plus 2. Correct. Or you can write alternatively, you can write here minus 2 included means minus infinity are not included. Of open closed interval minus infinity comma minus 2 union of closed open interval 2 comma infinity. Because there are endpoints included minus 2, 2. Correct. This means here endpoints included all the real numbers except real numbers between minus 2 and plus 2. Correct. This is domain of the function. R minus okay. B option is the right option. Okay. Next, we can find range function. The range function let I am taking y equal to x plus 1 by x. Very important one. Y square because RHS here contain x square plus 1 by x square. Squaring on both sides. X square plus 1 by x square plus 2ab 2 into x into 1 by x. Gets cancelled. X square plus 1 by x square plus 2. Correct. You have to find RHS value. I am going to find x square plus 1 by x square. This is equal to what? x square plus 1 by x square, which is equal to y square. Then left side plus 2 become minus 2. I am going to substitute here. Therefore, f of x plus 1 by x equal to your y. Correct? This x square plus 1 by x square in terms of y, this is y square minus 2. Correct. Here y square we know that always greater than or equal to 0, but here y equal to mind it here x plus 1 by x. This is y. This is y. Y value greater than or equal to 2. Domain here. Domain value greater than or equal to y value, or y value less than or equal to minus 2. This domain of the function. You have to find range. Range equal to what means y square minus 2. Correct. Yes, suppose y is greater than or equal to 2. Y is greater than or equal to 2 means squaring on both sides. Y square is greater than or equal to 2 square. Correct. Y square minus 2. Y square minus 2. Adding minus 2. Both 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2, 2. Correct. Mind it. Y square minus 2 greater than or equal to 2 according to given condition. Note down, very important. Y is greater than or equal to 2. Y square greater than or equal to 4. Adding minus 2 on both sides. Minus 2 here minus 2. Y square minus 2 greater than or equal to 2. Therefore, total value y square minus 2 which is greater than or equal to 2. When y value, this is domain, this is very important. Y value greater than or equal to 2 or y value less than or equal to minus 2. This is what range here, f of 5. Greater than or equal to means up to infinity. Therefore, range of f equal to, a 2 is included, 2 comma infinity. 2 comma infinity. Thank you very much. This chapter has been finished. Next class I am going to start new chapter.